Jackson. I just think he's worn down here, so is Parker.
Well, Harden trying to combine on the lob with Ibaka, so the ball back to San Antonio. Manu Ginobili sitting down. That was his 5th foul. They corrected that earlier foul. We were discussing the Kawhi Leonard foul. There's nobody. It wasn't Leonard in sight. It was on Ginobili. That was his 4th and just picked up his 5th. So he's on the bench, replaced by Gary Neal. Duncan for the Spurs to cut it to a 2-point Oklahoma City lead.
Finally, Tim Duncan gets something going towards the basket as opposed to that free throw line jump shot.
When they go at Ibaka, he's had some success as the Spurs are going to pick up a foul here on the weak side.
Here's the problem. Every time you foul the Thunder now, they're the #1 free throw shooting team in the NBA this season. You're going to be sending either Durant, Westbrook, or Harden because they're going to have the basketball in their hands most of the time.
Foul on Jackson, number 4. That field goal by Duncan a moment ago, the first for San Antonio over the last 6 minutes of play. So Kevin Durant, 11 of 14 at the line. He has 33 points. TNT this June, the end is just the beginning from TNT and DreamWorks Television. Falling Skies. Don't miss the 2-hour season premiere Sunday, June 17th at 9/8 Central. On TNT. For the latest, like us on Facebook.
I think the Spurs go right back into Duncan to try to force Scott Brooks' hand. We're going to see a foul here on Oklahoma City, but it makes them much easier to cover at the other end.
Ibaka on that foul, his second, 4th team foul, so the next one puts them over. Just under 5 minutes to play on the floor. Nice move by Duncan.
And that's vintage Tim Duncan right there. A couple grab dribbles down low and goes over that left shoulder. Kind of nullifies the shot blocking ability of Ibaka.
23 points for Tim Duncan. Here's Fisher with a catch and shoot. Derek Fisher from downtown to extend to a 96-91 lead for Oklahoma City.
About the $2 million big shot of Derek Fisher's career.
Duncan backing this way. Here's Duncan. Rebounded by Durant.
Should have gone back to that left shoulder. That's where he was having success with Ibaka.
This building is rocking. However, the pass from Westbrook off the mark, intended for Durant.
We talked about the, $2 billion big shot by Derek Fisher. Here's the wink to the fans here. What's interesting, he's the modern day Robert Horry, right? We played together, hit so many big shots, 5 championship rings.
Now, Perkins does come back into the game, which forces the Spurs back into the high pick-and-roll situation, and Parker gets a clean look.
Perkins just off the bench, so he's not all the way loose. Good call there by the Spurs.
Only a second field goal of the second half following 21 points in the first.
And now Duncan can give much more help off of Perkins than he could off of Ibaka. So Jackson has a little more help at the rim with Durant.
Harden for 3, yes. Another huge shot down the stretch for James Harden. The only difference, he's able to hit here at home. Parker, nice setup and a foul. Duncan will go to the line, fouled by Perkins. Well, for San Antonio, the season is on the line. A team that went 50-16 in the condensed regular campaign. Best record in the NBA by virtue of the tiebreaker with Chicago. So it's top seed. They've had home court advantage throughout the playoffs. They have that 20-game win streak, 50 days without a loss. Trailing in this series, 3 games to 2. Westbrook with the bucket and the foul on Parker. Oklahoma City goes up 101-95 with just under 3 remaining in the 4.
You see the play right here. Tony Parker just fell asleep. How about the presence of mind of Westbrook as soon as Parker turned his head just to cut into the basket.
And I love the play from Scott Brooks. You take Kendrick Perkins out to the three-point line, so you remove Tim Duncan from the equation. Now you got that lane opened up, and you give the ball to your best passer, and now an offensive board for the Thunder.
What a play by Westbrook on the missed free throw. He's had a solid game. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And his shot selection has been excellent. Oh, Durant with a high bounce, lost it. Recovered by Fisher. Perkins. Duncan with the rebound. Parker putting moves on Westbrook. And hits the reverse as he was able to split through.
And now the Spurs need stops. The problem with that is the ball's going to be in one of the young gun trio hands, Harden, Westbrook, or Durant.
Keep bringing Perkins out to the perimeter. Get Duncan out of the play.
Harden able to whip it to the corner. Fisher banks it home. Another big shot for the 5-time NBA champion, Derek Fisher. Just under 2 remaining in the fourth. Spurs down by 6. Parker. Rebounded by Perkins. Oklahoma City coming from 18 down. Shot clock to 5. Perkins with the open shot.
That's what the Spurs wanted.
Parker again able to split through and scores. What a move by Tony Parker. Going between Perkins and Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook was upset. He thought that Perkins should have had his back on that possession.
But Perkins struggles to guard that pick and roll, particularly now late in the game. This is where you'd rather have Ibaka defensively, so the game has changed a little bit.
Harden. Ginobili just checked back in, coming down with the rebound. Spurs within 4. 50 seconds to play. Duncan blocked by Perkins. Duncan recovers. Here's Jackson for 3. Good job by Durant. Parker for 3. Harden with the rebound.
Looked like Tim Duncan was trying to do a rondo there, tip it out to Tony Parker.
Half minute to play. Perkins stops it. The pass from Durant. 6-point lead for the Thunder. Ginobili for 3. Harden with the rebound. Foul given by Duncan. The celebration has begun.
This is a great atmosphere, seeing this young team. I hope America and the nation embraces this team. What a pass by Kevin Durant, wide open, Perkins down low. Durant picks up his 5th assist. A superb all-around game by Kevin Durant.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are headed to the NBA Finals. The first time since their move to this city 4 years ago.
What took them so long?
It is the 4th time in the history of the franchise the Seattle Sonics made it to the finals 3 times and an NBA championship in 78-79 as they beat the Washington Bullets. That Sonic team coached by Lenny Wilkins.
Right before halftime, it was so important because they got the ball at the start of that third quarter and scored and cut it down to 12 or 13, I believe.
Inbounds to Ginobili, kicks it out. Here is Leonard. Final seconds. Durant fittingly comes away with the rebound, and that will do it. Kevin Durant plays all 48. He goes the distance. And he'll have time to rest as they await the winner of Boston and Miami. Celtics will meet in Boston in Game 6 tomorrow night. And Oklahoma City has become the 15th team in NBA history to come back to win a best-of-7 after losing the first 2 games. The last team to do it, San Antonio Spurs, 2008, against the Hornets in the conference semifinal.